Hello everyone, we are going to be making the crochet Love Bubbles headband, and to let you know, I have a 10.5 hook, also known as a USK, and the yarn I'm using today is Lion Brand's Wool Ease Thick and Quick in the shade Stormfront. So it's gray, but it has a little bit of a pink woven through. I'm going to be making the medium and large adult size, as that is what fits me. I'm going to start with a slip knot. I'll do that again slower. I just wrap it around, move my hand and grab the yarn in there to start. And now I'm going to chain 44. And note, this does not get counted as part of your 44. 1, 2, 3, 44. So now there's my chain. I'm going to keep it this way. And my first row, I am going to skip the first stitch and I'm going to crochet into the second stitch from my hook. I'm going to single crochet all the way across and I will have 43 stitches when I'm done. (42), 43. And then we're going to chain 1 and turn. This is going to be the right side of our work, which is row 2. We're going to single crochet in the first stitch, which is right here. And now we're going to do a cluster stitch. This is going to make our bobble. Yarn over, insert, you're going to yarn over, draw up a loop, yarn over, draw through 2 loops. We're going to do this 3 times. So that's times 1, yarn over, insert, yarn over, draw up, loop, go through 2. Now we're going to do it one more time, yarn over, go through the same stitch, yarn over, draw through 2. Now you're going to have 4 on your hook, yarn over and draw through all 4. This is your cluster stitch made. Now we're going to single crochet in the next 2. Single crochet, single crochet. Now we're going to do another cluster hook. So we yarn over, insert, pull that through, yarn over, draw through 2. We're doing this 3 times. Yarn over, insert, you need to pull it through because you have to make that stitch, yarn over, go through 2. And we have 1 more to go. We can tell because we only have 3, we need 4 on our hook. Yarn over, go through the same stitch, pull that through, yarn over, draw through those 2. Now we have 4 on our stitch, or on our hook. So we're going to yarn over, pull through. That is our cluster. We're going to single crochet the next 2 stitches and we're going to repeat this all the way across. I'm going to show you one more time so that you can get the hang of the cluster stitch. Yarn over into the stitch you want. You pull that through. Yarn over. And you're going to go through 2. We're doing this 3 times. Yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, go through 2. Yarn over, insert, pull it through, yarn over, and you're going to go through those two. We know we're done because we have 4 on our hook. Yarn over, pull through. So you can re-watch if you want, or if you've got the hang of it, meet me at the end of the row. Now we're coming up to, we have 3 stitches left, so we're going to do another cluster. And 2 single crochets, get through both of those, both of the V's. All right, let's chain 1. Also, I find this yarn's a little thready, so you have to make sure that you're between all the strands. We're going to chain 1 and turn. Actually, before we turn, this is the right side. So what I like to do is just go through and pop all of the clusters or the bubbles or bobbles, whatever you want to call it, to the right side. And before we turn, let's look at our beautiful bobbles. So pretty. Okay, we already chained 1. We're going to turn our work. Now we're going to single crochet across, and we are starting in that first single crochet. Okay, remember that's a wrong row, so we're just going to pop those through. And I would double check your counting because I'll make sure that you have the right amount. And I had to, off camera, I had to rip that out. So if you're struggling to count, it's not just you. Okay, we're going to chain 1. We're going to turn our work. Pop any of those back. Oh, I got some tangles. All right, we are on row 4. We are going to single crochet in the first 2 single crochets. So 1, 2. We're going to cluster stitch. And so this time we're starting with 2 and ending in a cluster stitch until we get to the end. So we're going to cluster. 1. And if you want to look on the back, perfect. It's a little bit off center. Okay, and then we're going to do 1, 2, 3. We do that all the way to the end. Okay, and as we're coming up to the end, we just did a cluster. So we do our 1, 2, cluster, and a final single crochet. And we're going to chain and turn. Starting row 5, single crochet, 43 across. chain one, turn. If you want, you could push all of them to the front, but I'm gonna leave the bobbles till the very end. Row 6, single crochet, cluster, and then 2 single crochet the rest of the way. This is the same as our second row, so you can pop the bobbles if you want to make sure that they are lined up. Single crochet, and now we're going to start our cluster and 2 single crochets. And as you can see, it lines up directly over the first one that we did. So I'll just pop that out so you can see it more. You're directly on top. Then we have our third one that's a third little bit off-centered. And then they line up. Fills in the space a bit more. Right, and we're going to end on 2 single crochets, and that is the end of row 6. Chain, turn 1, and for our final row we are going to single crochet each stitch across. And again, we're having 43 for the medium and large adult. And because counting is something I'm very particular about, I'm going to go back and I'm going to count all of the stitches and make sure that I still have 43, but it's looking really good. Right side's looking great. Now we're going to fold it together and attach it. Okay, so now we're taking our right sides together. We're going to fold it in half. If you prefer, you can use a tapestry needle and do this. I am going to do a single crochet. I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to go into the, where's that last row? Here you go. It's the first one there. You're going to just single crochet through it. And this is a little awkward looking because I want you to make sure that you can see the stitches. And also you will single crochet in the same or total number of stitches as there are rows. So in this case, we should have 7 because there are 7 rows. So that's number 1. Number 2. Number 3, I'm just checking that it's looking like it's lined up. Okay. Number 4. 5. 6. 7, and I'm going to do an extra one for the cast on row. 8. Before we cast off, I like to make a big loop. I like how tidy this looks. We're just gonna go to this side. Let's flip it out and see if we like it. It's pretty good to me. Again, if you want to have a different look on this side, you are welcome to do a mattress stitch or any kind of stitch to join. Okay, so now we're gonna cut. Okay, I'm gonna close the loop to make sure that's how I want it. I'm gonna leave a little bit because I want to be able to weave in the ends. Okay, pull this through. Side, I'm going to weave them in. And because this is nice and high, let's try and do this. Slip stitch it through. Actually, not even a slip stitch, I'm just slipping it through. I'm going to get both of them. Okay, so that's the second one there. So now I'm going to pull it through this one. There are so many ways to finish a project, but I just definitely want to make sure it's tidy and I'm using stitches I've already done. Okay, hook it through. There we go. Hook it through. I'm getting tired. My yarn is getting tired. Okay. Pull it, and then you could trim it, or I usually just go back because then I can make sure that it's really secure. And if it's giving you trouble, just do one at a time. I'm gonna do this. Get it through. And remember, this is underneath, so no one's going to see it. And pull it through. And then I like to just pull it. This yarn doesn't really pull a lot, but you can make sure that any of the loose ends, see here, this one didn't go all the way through. You can just catch them. And this wool is so forgiving. Because of its bulk, it's a lot easier to see to grab. Okay, I will trim. Oh, it just came right off, so don't need to trim that. I'm very happy with how it's nice and clean. Let's just make sure all of our bobbles are on the outside, and then we're going to try it on. You could have measured it, I guess, before we assembled it, but if you did your gauge swatch, you should be pretty confident that the math will work itself out. Okay, time to try it on. I think it fits. Thanks for making the Love Bubbles headband with me with crochet. If you have any questions, please join our Facebook group where I will be there to answer questions. And remember, some of the rows will have different counts and different, combinations of the clusters and the single crochet. But if you follow this tutorial, you have a basic understanding of the construction of the hat. Thank you so much and enjoy.